It's okay to be broken. It's okay to laugh and cry. 'Cause when you try to see the problem, that means you figure it out. And you can say that I'm crazy, that you're thinking already, but I'm telling you, baby, yeah, get up and get out. Get up and get out. Yeah, and you can say that I'm crazy, that you're thinking already, but I'm telling you, baby. And you can say that I'm crazy, that you're thinking already.
And now it's time to get unmasked. Please welcome your host, Pamela Elaine Nichols and Cheryl A.S. Haley.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone, to Unmasked Real Talk Live. This is the place where we get real about topics not often discussed authentically. The topics we choose support our goal to help you look better, feel better, and live better. Today's raffle is a $15 Visa gift card to help you find a place to be still. You might like, what are you talking about? Well, it'll be clear to you as we get into the show. Cheryl?
All righty. Well, today's topic is the power of being still. Now, there's a quote that says, at times, productivity means doing nothing at all. This is a quote by Gina Greenlee, and she has this a line that's called Postcards and Pearls. And anybody knows me knows I love pearls. So it resonated with me. Life lessons from solo moments on the road. Now, did you know that the most valuable thing that you can do for yourself is to set aside time, a day, to just do nothing? Just be still. I can already hear some of you saying, or you probably been thinking, that's impossible. How? But isn't it interesting how many things get in the way of our being alone at times? Yes, I know we have this long or never-ending to-do list that keeps us putting ourselves on what? The back burner. Yes, I will agree that there are things of importance that must get done for others. But what about you? What does your body, your mind, and your spirit need? What are the answers? What are the direction or guidance that you're seeking? Psalms 46:10 Part A says, be still and know that I am God. One of my favorite passages of scripture. But when your body is left alone to rest, without moving or thinking, your spiritual intelligence will naturally and instantly work in the area where you need answers. Just like most of you, Pamela Lane and I have been trained to value busyness over stillness and mental activity over quietness. Busyness is praised and rewarded in our society, but no one has ever won a gold medal for being quiet or sitting still. But imagine if that were the case, if we were rewarded with badges and bonuses whenever we sought solitude, stillness, and quiet. Imagine being okay with just being quiet and being still. Well, research shows that our brains are not designed to multitask and that we are more productive when we focus on one task at a time. Jumping between tasks can decrease productivity and increase stress. Taking breaks and allowing ourselves time to recharge can help us work more effectively and even more efficiently. It's also wise to prioritize tasks and avoid overworking ourselves, as chronic stress and fatigue can have serious consequences for our health and our productivity.
And you know what, Cheryl? Overworking ourselves can also have serious consequences for our mental, emotional health and overall well being. I mean, burnout is a real risk when we overwork ourselves, and it can cause symptoms such as fatigue, lack of motivation, and reduced productivity. Isn't that funny? We're thinking busyness will make us more productive when it really doesn't. Chronic stress is another downside of busyness, which can lead to anxiety, depression, other health problems such as heart disease and obesity. And are we all overwhelmed in this society with fatigue, anxiety, and depression? Stress, anxiety, and depression. I call it SAD, SAD. Additionally, poor work-life balance can lead to physical health problems such as poor sleep and digestive issues. Prioritizing self-care and rest and setting boundaries between work and personal time can help you avoid the physical and mental toil of busyness.
I know.
I continue to learn important lessons about the unproductive nature of busyness, Cheryl, and to understand what it truly means to be still. I can recall learning the practice of transcendental meditation in Fairfield, Iowa, over 11 years ago. And I've been practicing this meditation twice a day, 20 minutes a day for 11 years. And it has introduced me to a deeper consciousness, into a world of silence and peace, at least for those 20 minutes. And then when I come out of that meditative state, it really helps me not be so caught up in the day-to-day stuff and stressed by it and feeling depressed by it. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I do struggle, but I can remember that when I do find stillness, I perform better throughout my day.
Yeah. And Pam, I so appreciate your sharing that, because I recall when you shared the benefits of it, I literally took a 3-day course on transcendental meditation, and it was one of the most powerful things. And the thing about it, I have the opportunity that I can go back every so many months and have a refresher. But the thing is, it taught me to appreciate the value of nothingness, because as we've already shared, our society says you got to be busy in order to be productive, but it never teaches us about taking time out to just do nothing. So I really appreciated that, because that transcendental meditation, it disciplines you to just step away from the busyness and just be quiet. Sounds non-productive though, doesn't it? Well, how can I take time out to do that? I got things to do. But what happens is, in actuality, it is a spiritual discipline. I think of it this way. It positions me to rest in, rely on, and listen to God within. And again, that's what we're stepping away from all the busyness, so that we can just be quiet and we could be still. It's almost like we have a spiritual chill moment that we need. So many times we overlook it because of the busyness. Yeah.
Yeah. I like what you said, Cheryl, that nobody gives you a reward for being still. No one gives you a reward for being silent. But really, that's where the reward is, because it takes a lot of effort to be still, to be quiet, to be even meditative. And sometimes when we're meditative, it's like, okay, maybe I can do it for a minute, but that's about it. when the 20 minutes, like I said a few moments ago, is really a nice quality chunk of time to be still, to be meditative, because the rewards of it are profound. One of the things that is really helpful is when I choose not to be busy, and my choice of being busy is the meditative. For you, it may be different. For others who are watching, it may be different. But the benefit is huge, because afterwards, I'm not as botherable as when I don't meditate, when I don't take time to be still in this way. I'm easily irritated. And I can remember when I started this practice, my kids could actually see the difference between when I would take time to not be busy in this meditative way, and when I wouldn't. And they would say sometimes, "Mom, did you meditate today?" And then I would remember, oh my goodness, I forgot. I missed my meditation moment, because they could tell. Because I was just, or just easily annoyed or impatient, or super busy and then frantic. And then everybody else, chop, 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 let's get it moving. It's like, chill, girl, chill.
Mhm.
So I love this topic because I really want people to understand that busyness isn't better.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not better. It's better to be still because that's where you get the energy to
yeah.
do the things that you think are, priorities for your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pam, when we talk about, because again, I know that she meditates twice a day for 20 minutes. And what happens is that you have to do the hypothetical you, what's necessary for you. One of the things that I like gardening and I like flowers. And I kind of I play in my garden or I play with my flowers because there's something that happens while I'm doing that. It takes me away from something busy and it allows me to appreciate nature. But I've
Mm,
also learned, and I'm still learning the discipline of taking this step further because I'm the person that all the T's need to be crossed and all the I's are dotted. Everything has to be in direct order. But I've had to learn how to let things be out of order just so that I can take time out for myself. So to my family, if they're watching, my family, I can think of years ago, I owe them apologies because they would say, let's sit down and let's watch a movie or I know I got to get this done. I got to do this.
mm,
And now that I have embraced and I learn and I appreciate it, there are moments when I sit back and I tell you, no pun intended, no shit. I don't feel bad to sit back and say, you know what, today I'm just going to chill
mm.
with my jammies all day long. I'm going to watch. Maybe I'll watch Steve Harvey's Family Feud. Well, whatever I choose to do is what I choose to do. If I choose to say, "Hey, I just want to write in my journal book," I'm okay with doing that. And that's the nothingness. That transcendental meditation took me to a place where it reminded me it's okay just to appreciate the nothingness
Mm.
because we always have something to do. But how disciplined are we to say, you know what? I'm going to put myself on the front burner and off the front burner, and I'm going to do me. See, to me, that's like doing me, whatever I choose to do.
My mother, she uses a word. My mother was a school teacher and then became a school administrator for over 30 plus years, and she was always busy, 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 busy. I mean, busy. And now she's retired. She's 83, 84. She's 84. She's retired. And there are days she says, yes, today I just decided to be a bum. Now, you have to understand, for my mother to be a bum is a big thing because, as I just said, she was always busy when we were growing up. But let me tell you,
Yeah,
the person
yeah,
that she's become
yeah.
because she's chosen to be a bum from time to time. Now, y'all need to understand, like my mother is retired, okay? So imagine my mother in her den watching TV and she has her hair done, she has her makeup on, she has her earrings and her clothes. Like she's going nowhere. But for her, that's really important because of all these years that she was an administrator in school. And then there are days I may see her and she's just in her pajamas. She's got no makeup on. She's got a robe on and she's doing the same thing. The person who's the bum, I really like her.
Come on, come on.
I like being with her. The person who's always dressed up,
Yeah,
things on, hair done, in that busyness mode, not so much. I mean, don't I love my mother. I appreciate my mother. She's wonderful.
yeah,
But if I were to choose who I want to hang out with,
yeah.
it would be the bum
That's,
because she's chosen. I'm first.
mhm.
I'm not going to be busy today.
That's
I'm
right.
just going to do whatever works for
Right.
me.
That's
And
it.
I really appreciate those moments. And she's actually taught me to come down a little bit from all of the stuff I just got to get done into I'm going to be a bum. So now sometimes I say, when I talk to her, she says, well, how was your day? I say, today, Mom, I was a bum. And she's like, yay, good for you.
Love that.
Right?
I
Yeah.
love
I think we have some comments here. I put on
We
my
do.
glass.
We do. Dale says, I'm learning even when I think my life is out of order, it is still in order, just a different order. Oh,
Oh,
I love that. Um,
ah,
I like that. And she said, awesome. And again, and one of the things that I was going to say, when I think about what she's written and what you were just sharing about your mom, and what we were both sharing earlier, is that pandemic. I'll tell you, for me, at the beginning of pandemic, I didn't have to dress up to go out. I didn't have to do all that stuff. So I got comfortable
yeah.
at home and getting
Mhm.
comfortable. It was almost like it put me back into a place of not feeling like I had to dress up all the time. I had to prepare for something. I could just be me. And
Yeah.
now that we're kind of moving back into some level of normalcy, even though it's a new normal, nevertheless, I still like those moments. If I choose to, then I choose to. And if I choose not to, not, and I probably have, y'all, I know we're live, but I probably have more of those bum days than I've ever had in my life, because if I put on certain things, people say, I didn't know you wore jeans, or I didn't know you wore pants, or because it's comfortable. I don't have
Mhm.
to put on, not that it was being pretentious, but I don't have to do that. And I could be comfortable in my own skin, comfortable doing nothing, and choose, if I choose not to take a shower, guess what? It's okay.
Oh. I'm not gonna come over on those days. Okay. Call me when you've taken the shower. Okay. So we have someone who said a beach bum is the best. Ooh,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
And you know why that's one of the best is because you're out in nature.
yes,
Nice. Yeah.
yeah.
Bum days are the best. Yes, they are the
Yes, they
best
are.
days.
Yes, they are. Yes,
So
they
maybe
are.
we should go to the question for the day, the unmasked question for the day. Let's see if we can put that one up.
Yeah, our unmasked question is being still a burden, or is it a benefit? We want everyone
Mm,
to tell us, is being still a burden or a benefit? Wow.
mm,
Pam, what is that
yeah.
for you? What is that for you?
Is being still a burden or a benefit?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it used to be a burden
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like it was impeding upon the things I needed to get done.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that it actually is a benefit. I can get more done when after I've invested in stillness
Yep.
than when I'm busy. Because at the end of the day of my busyness, I look at it and I go like, now what exactly did I get done? Like, no, really, what did I really get done today? I was moving around, I was on the phone, I was cleaning this, doing that, but what did I really get done that has some value towards my future, the future of someone else, the future of my children? And it's a very small number of things that I get done. So I really appreciate
Mm-hmm.
what stillness can bring,
Mm-hmm.
and I've disciplined myself to learn to be still and to draw the benefits of it. And I want to say that word again. I have disciplined
That's right.
myself
Mm-hmm.
to learn to be still and to draw on the benefits of being still. How about you, Cheryl?
You know what? As I shared earlier, I find learning to, and I use the word learning because we're ever learning, and each day I see more and more the value of being still. It's a spiritual discipline, and for me, it provides me the opportunity just to rest. Just to take the edge off, just to rest in that moment and rely on, because oftentimes we have those questions, those answers, and things that we're seeking direction and guidance on. But when I rely on the God that's within me, I position myself to hear and get the clarity that I need, but it causes me, or calls for rather, for me to be still. And sometimes when we're moving, we miss the information, the downloads that we're receiving because we're busy. So I've learned to appreciate just being still and resting in the moment.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because sometimes we get it confused that being busy
Mhm.
means we're important, right? I'm busy, therefore I am important. Like, what are you doing, girl? Oh, I'm busy. I'm busy, which is synonymous with, yeah, I'm really important because I have so many things to do. When actually, I think
Yeah.
being busy might be more of a sign that you aren't managing your life very well
Mm,
if you're always so busy,
yeah.
or that your priorities, and this is no judgment but just for some people to reflect on,
Yeah.
that your priorities may need to be realigned if you're that busy, because I don't want to be so busy
Mhm.
that I don't have time for people who matter to me.
Yeah. That's good.
I
That
don't want to be that busy because at the end of my life, I don't want to look back and say, I wish I had given more time to the people who matter to me and less time washing clothes, laundry, or, any other menial somewhat task, or even work busy,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't want to come to that at the end of my life. Let's see. We've got some
yeah. We can,
comments here. We've got someone says, so Dale says, for me, it is determined by how I embrace the value of being still. And I would ask if you, well, I'm going to push here as we do as Coach Cheryl. I'm going to push Dale and ask, clarify that for me. What do you mean by it's determined how you embrace the value of being still? Just give me a little bit more feedback on that. We're pushing here because we do as coaches. Just give a little bit more context to that.
find it. She said, giving more time to the people who matter.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah.
Matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Giving more time to the people who
yes.
wait. She says pushing is good. Okay, thank you.
And we push all the
So,
time. We push
yeah.
all the time. Someone put, I found it to be a benefit now in my life. I have time to really focus on the long-term outcome of it. Love it. Oh,
Mm,
and the thing about it,
mm,
I appreciate this viewer said, I've learned the benefit of it now. And sometimes we have to go through experiences that we learn it. And the thing is that we learn the value of it. Thank you for sharing. And then we have another
yeah.
comment, Pam. We have another one. It says, busy for me was a way of just being all over the place and not prioritizing what's more important. Ooh,
Yes.
how well
Yes.
we know
Yes.
that,
That's a good one right there. Yes. Absolutely. And the person who said, I found it to be a benefit now in my life. I have time to really focus on the long-term outcome.
right?
Yes. And what is so valuable in that comment is that you're seeing into the future. It's
Yes.
called being prudent. You're being prudent. You're looking into the future, determining what you need to do now in order to secure a future that you want, rather than just being stuck in the moment. So we can call busyness something else.
Mhm.
It is not looking into the distance and seeing what you need to do now in order to have a better future. It's just, I'm just in it now. And I know about mindfulness,
Yeah.
need to be mindful, which is, you know, taking into account where you are now, and that's great. But busyness can keep you from looking down the road into the future and doing everything you need to do to make sure your future is what you want. Future, better health,
Yep.
better love life,
Yep.
better money. Like all of these things can be better for you, but in the absence of learning to be still, you miss
Say,
it. You might miss it.
say it. And that's so powerful.
Okay, I think we have Dale has responded. I think this is her response to us pushing. Embrace for me, yes, has to do with how I am allowing myself to receive and process what is taking place. Ooh, embrace for me is how I am allowing myself to receive. Whoa, that's a big word right there. I want to know, like, I don't know Dale personally, but I want to know, there's a word in there you just said that's like, it's the word receive. And
Yeah.
I'm just curious if you're one of those special people who is always giving and does not necessarily receive at least equally. I'm just asking. Just asking. No judgment. Just curious, because that was a word that just popped out for me. Okay, so while I hope Dale responds to that, while we wait, maybe we should start the takeaways or the raffle.
Well, let's start our takeaways.
Takeaways. Okay.
Our takeaways. Yep. Let's look at our takeaway. Well, the first takeaway, we have 3 takeaways about the value of being still. In the event that someone's joining for the first time, every time prior to our wrapping up, we always give you something to kind of whet your appetite about our topic. So the first takeaway is make yourself the first person on your list of priorities. We want to hammer that in. Make yourself the first person on your list of priorities.
You know what, Cheryl? I think they need to be first, second, and third right there. Then everybody else, okay? First, second, and
First,
third.
second, and third. First, second, and third. And the
Yeah.
reason why, if I could take that just for a step further,
Oh,
what
girl. Oh.
happens is that you can't pour out of an empty vessel. And if
Mm.
you don't take care of yourself first and make yourself a priority, how are you even positioned to be in a place that you can help somebody else?
Yes.
You
Yes.
gotta take
That's the
care of
question.
yourself first.
Okay.
Yes.
Second takeaway is begin your day with deep breathing until you feel relaxed. How many of us wake and run? We wake up and we're off to the races doing everything for everybody. But if you take just 5 to 7 deep breaths and practice these slow, deep breaths, they will calm your mind and your heart. Your heart will actually calm itself down. And when we say deep breaths, we don't mean, we mean take it in, blow it out.
Yeah.
4 to 7 times would be great. Okay, third, Cheryl.
The third one is stop. Stop trying to do it all and ask for help. We know you're good. Pam, let's restate that. We know we good.
We know we good.
We had to learn how to stop. Stop trying to do it all and ask for help.
Yes.
I think that's probably one of the biggest caveats that we struggle with is asking for help. Yeah.
My. Well, before we hit the raffle, I just want to honor the response because we did push Dale today. Dale, thank you so much for playing along. But she says giving for me is an automatic response.
Mm-hmm.
Receiving is a learned behavior. Let's see. Look at that. Yes, girl. I get that. And so we want to honor you for allowing yourself to receive.
Yeah.
Because we need the giving and the receiving to be balanced. Wake and run, truth. Yeah, I know. It's true. Okay, so let's do thank you for everyone who's responded in today's comment. We appreciate the Facebook user and those who are specifically named. Thank you. All right, raffle time. Oh, wait, Kayla, can Cheryl and I get in the raffle? I know she's gonna say no. She always says no. Look, look! I'm in it.
She put us in there. Oh, we're in the raffle. We're in the raffle.
Okay.
She put us in the raffle.
But you still can't win though. If you lay it on your name, I'm gonna spin again.
Whatever. Okay.
Something falls on us. We're gonna defer to someone else. Congratulations.
Yay! That's great. Wow. Congratulations, Winetta. What we'll need to do is get that card to you. Like we know where we'll get it to you.
Yeah.
Might be by email. Okay.
We'll get it to you. Well, as we prepare to wrap up, thank you again for joining us. And we just want to ask you a question. What's the story that you tell yourself about busyness? If that story makes you feel sad, if it makes you feel lonely, depressed, or even anxious, we can help. Sign up for our Think Again program. This is a program where we help shift your mindset to practice self-care. Visit www.executivebeauty.net and click Duo Coaching at the top of the page. We look forward to seeing you all next week at our regularly scheduled Unmasked Real Talk Live.
Oh, wait. Next week is actually a repeat.
It's going to be a replay. It's going to be a replay. But guess what? We will meet you the following week.
Yes, we will meet you the following week on the topic. And you know what? Yeah. It would be great if you all will tell us what topic do you want us to unmask. I mean, Cheryl and I come up with the topics, but we're so open to your suggestions and recommendations, things that you want us to tackle. Because we will go there. We will talk about it in a way that most people won't talk about it. We will uncover some stuff because we know that helps you and those who listen. So thanks so much. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
That's it. So
okay. We'll see you.
All right. Have a good one.